Okay, so we're going to create a new file in components, and we're going to call it the header or the hero.astro. Okay, and we're going to create a section, and we're going to give it a class of background dash center, and we're going to say background no repeat. I have IntelliSense here, background, and we're going to use the URL, and we're going to give it the location of our image. So it was /images /hero underscore floral.png. Okay, and we're going to say I'm going to get rid of that, and we're going to put that here. Okay, and then after that we've got bg-blend. We might just do multiply. We might change that later. Okay, so that's creating our section. So with a background, and then we'll add a nav, and we will just add a ul li list item, and we'll just say home. And if we look at it's home, about us, planters, and contact. Home li about us li planters and contact. So we'll save that. Then we'll also add a div with a class of px-4 mx-auto max width screen, max width screen, and dash xl, and text center, and py of 34 or 34. Okay, so this will be our div, and this will contain our heading and subtitle. So we'll do a h1, and we'll give it a class of mb-4 text xl, actually text 4xl, and it will be font extra bold. Tracking, we'll do tight, sorry. Leading dash none, text dash white, md text 3xl. Oh, sorry, 5xl. And we will put nature's beauty delivered to you, which is what we have there. And then we will make a paragraph tag. Do paragraph tag, and this one will be the class will be mb-8 text LG, font we'll do normal, text gray. I mean, you can change these, but this is just to try to match the this is trying to match what we have in our Figma file. Okay, we'll stop there for now. And we'll go to our Figma file and copy the paragraph that we have there. Save me typing it out. And we'll add those elements right here. and we will format the document so that it's easier to read. And let's take a look and see what we have. So in order to see our progress here, we need to include this hero in our layout or index page. So we're just going to go to our index page, and we're going to actually put it just after the layout tag. And we're just going to put hero, and it's going to import that for us. And we save this. And now let's go and look in the browser at what we have. Okay, so let's just switch this over. And here we go. Okay, so we have the planters here. We've got our text in the middle. Okay, the page isn't full, so we'll have to change that to 64 maybe, the PY. Just to see if that looks a bit more. Oh wow, there we go. That's a little bit too big. We do a happy medium and we do like 34. Oh, did I say 34? Yeah, okay, let's try 44. I mean, you can change it to your heart's content. There we go, that's perfect, 44. So this is the beginning of our header. And if we go back now into the hero.astro file, here's the hero.astro file. And I've changed, this was 24 and I changed that to 44. And we're going to give this nav a class of flex items center. And we're going to give it a padding of 2 and a background of none and a justify between. And before the unordered list, let's do a href of the main page, and we will put in an image with the source of /images/lush underscore logo.png. Okay, so now let's go back to our Chrome page and see what we have there. Okay, so here we have our Lush logo that takes us back here, and we have our nav bar. It's not quite doing exactly what we want, so let's change that. And we might need to darken this image so that we can see the text a bit more. Okay, so here we are back in Hero, and you can see that we're repeating ourselves here if we're going to add classes. So what we're going to do is, first off, we're going to create front matter, which you can do in Astro, and we're going to add some JavaScript. I'm going to call it links, or let's actually call it nav links. And we're going to make an array, and they're going to be an object, which is a text, and we're going to say home, and then we're going to say link, which was going to be for the home page, it will be slash, for the about, slash about, etc. So let's do about and planters, wasn't it? And contact. Right now we'll keep the links as they are, and we'll change them when we make these pages as well. So So now that we've done that, let's go back to our unordered list and change this to match what we've created. So we've got nav link, opening curly braces, and we do nav links, and we want to map them at nav links. So I'll map it and we'll call it nav link, and we will iterate over those, and we will say we want li with a class of padding -2, and we will do a href, and instead of the quotes we'll just put curly braces and we'll say navlink dot link, and then we'll close off that a tag, and in between we will put another curly brace and put link or navlink dot text. Okay, and up here in the UL class we'll actually add text white. Okay, so what we've done, we've iterated over these links up here, which we will change dynamically, and which we will change when we add pages, and that should make our header look similar to what we have in our Figma templates. Let's take a look. Okay, so here we are. It has the logo on the left here, and it has these 4 links, sorry. We probably need to move them over both ways, but it's looking very similar to what we have in our Figma file. So we'll just add these buttons, and then we'll move on to the next section. So let's do that now. Okay, so yeah, this is it. So we've got logo here, we've got our little links here, and if we look here, it's very similar. I mean, we might have to space them out a little bit more and add the call us button as well. So let's do that now. Okay, so here we are inside of the index.astro file, and we're going to create the about section of the page, and we're going to say div with a class of grid, and we want it to have a grid column layout. So it's grid.cols-2 and padding of 4. And then we have a div with a class of margin left 8 and heading and a class of text dash. Oops. So yeah, the heading will have a class, and we want the color to come from the template. So we can go into the template, and on the side we will be able to see the hex color used. So we will use that here, and we say text dash hashtag close brackets and text dash for XL and font of a bold. And inside, if we go back into our Figma file, we'll be able to copy the text in the heading, and we choose the most suitable plants for you. And then we'll create another div with a margin right of 8 and a padding, a paragraph tag. And if we go back to our Figma file, we can copy the paragraph tag and paste that in between the paragraph tags there. So now that we have that, and we already have our file running locally on our server, so let's see what this has made for us. Okay, so this is the result. So we have the heading on the left there. We help choose the most suitable plants for you, and we have this lovely paragraph on the right. So now that we've done that section, let's move on to creating our cards. Okay, so we're going to start off by creating another div inside this outside of the first grid, and it'll be a div with a class of grid, and we'll say grid dash cols dash 3 and padding of 12. And I think I'll change the padding to 12 on the other one too. And now we're going to repurpose the card component that was given to us when we created our default Astro project. So I'm going to open up that now. It says card.astro. We see we've got some props here with a title, body, and a href. We don't need the href in this case, so we're going to remove those. And we're not going to use this class. We're going to use our own class in a minute. We're just going to remove all references to the href, the a tag, and we're going to remove all the styling. Okay, awesome. So now we're also going to remove this arrow, and we're going to create our own version of a card, which will take in a title and a body. And we also need an image. So I have downloaded the images from the Figma file of the icons. You could use icons if you want. I found this was just a little bit easier to start. So we're going to give it we're going to also add the option up here to say image, so that we can access this dynamically. So we're going to give this li a class of padding 8, a shadow, medium shadow, margin of 4, and a list of none. So we're not going to get any bullet points or anything like that. the H2 is going to be a font class with font of bold and a text with an LG, as well as the text with the hex component, so we have the right color. And yeah, that's good. And now we need to also include an image. So above the H2 tag, we're going to have an image, and we're going to give it the src, and we're going to use backticks inside of the curly braces, and we're going to say dot dot dash images dash plus image, and this will basically look at the correct folder to find the image file of URL of the image that we want to use. Okay, here we go. So now we'll go back into our index, and we will take our card that's already, it's kind of faded out here, but as soon as we start using it, it will come back to life. So we say card, and we're going to want an image, and like I said, I've got the indoor underscore plant .png, and the title is indoor plants, and the body, we're going to go to our Figma file, and we're going to copy the body of the first card, Bring the Beauty of Nature, and paste that in the body here. Okay, so now we're just going to duplicate it 2 more times, and we should see 3 of the same cards on the screen. Okay, so here we are. We have all 3 items on the page here, and if we look at the Figma file, it looks pretty similar, apart from having the middle one a different color, which we won't do in this section, but I'm sure you probably could work out how to do that. So now what we're going to do, we're going to change the images and text of each card, and once we've done that, we would have finished the About section. Okay, so we're just copying and pasting the text from the Figma file, and what we're doing is changing the title to plant pots here. We're doing outdoor plants, outdoor plant, and bamboo. Okay, so now we're going to go back to our file, and we're going to take a look and see, and voila, here we are. So we have we're probably going to add a little bit more spacing here with the top 2, but we've successfully added too many S's to pots there. and we will change that, and we'll be right back. So here we go. We choose the most suitable plants for you. So we're going to change that here, and we added a margin right of 4. I'm going to take a look and see what that looks like. But in all, I really think that the about section is complete. So we've seen here the ML-8, MR-4. We help choose the most suitable plants for you. So let's take a look now and see what that looks like. So here we are. It's actually looking very similar to our Figma file. So well done. And we'll go to the next section where we'll start looking at a gallery.